Hello, welcome back. This is Grillenheimer after a very frustrating 10-minute video that I just deleted. Where I did finally kind of show off these guys. Ow. I hit my table. Camshaft, downshift, overdrive. Years ago, these were actually sendaways on the boxes of your G1 transformers when they originally came out. And I think they still do it now. They would have little points on them, and you would save up your points like 15, 25. So after you bought the bigger figures had like 3 points on them. The small figures had like 1 point on them. The large ones, like maybe Metroplex or Tripticon or something, had like maybe 5 points to it, and you would get all your points together, and you could send away to Kenner. No, Kenner had Star Wars. I think it was Hasbro back then that did have Transformers. That's right, and you could get a Transformer watch. I might have some old little flyers that came with the toys way back when for the Transformer watch. One of these guys, I don't think you got all three. I think you got one of them. Reflector was a send away. I did end up getting Reflector. I don't know if I have him anymore. I think I do have him, but he's wasn't made very well, and he didn't stick together very well. And I ended up using like pieces of like clay to try to get them to stay in camera mode because their legs would come down because of wear on the joints and gravity, etc. And I even got the Sendaway Mirage way back when. I think that was during the G2 toys with the funky colored Dinobots and the funky colored Devastator, which was yellow and not green. Um, in looking back, when I was a kid and seeing them, I was like really appalled. I'm like, how dare they do this? The plastic looked cheap, the colors look bad, and now I mean they're worth something, you know. And that's right. I think that was when the throttle bots came out as well, and they had like Gold Bug, not yeah, throttle bots, which those were actually kind of cool, despite for what they were. You pull them back and they go, and then you had the oh yeah. Anyway, let's talk about something else. Okay, this is part, and I mean part of the deck that I was using that I was mentioning in that other video. These are only the actions. There are, oh my gosh, like too many actions in here. I actually had too many star cards in the deck, and I took 2 out, so I used 3. The deck actually was about a 47 card deck, which is odd, but I'm thinking, oh, it's over 40. We have the 3 stars to cover our 25. So I didn't think much about it. I'm playing by myself anyway. So the star cards, we had Fuel Cache, Universal Network Access to be able to draw 3 cards, and where'd third one go? Oh, duh! It's not an action card. Mounted missiles for the double orange. Now they're only about. Let's say I ended up having like 30 action cards and only 20 upgrades, which is probably about normal for a deck of 40. If it was 47, then there's about 27 action cards here. Excuse me, because I took out those 2 over there. I'm sorry about this. Floor is just nasty, and I'm gonna have to just stop doing videos one day and just actually clean something up, because it's really gonna be just me now. And I don't mean that in a bad way. No, no, no. Our family's together. Nothing bad has happened like that. Um, it just my wife fell this morning at her before going into work, and eh, we'll see what happens. So think about us if you pray. Uh, but we have a whole two secret actions. That's it. Battlefield report and bolster. That's all we put in here. And I had plenty of draw cards. Draw 3 pep talks and a universal network access. And we had medic. Yeah, it was a MASH reference, and I think this is a MASH reference myself. Love in which I find kind of funny, because when Beast Wars was big in 96 through 98, that's what I felt Beast Wars felt like once I really got into it, because I was kind of appalled at first myself. I was not into the online mess about the truck not monkey crap. But once I really got into Beast Wars, I really enjoyed the show. And it felt sort of like MASH with Transformers, because they were constantly going into the ship. They're constantly repairing themselves and going to their CR tank or their CR chambers. And you would actually, see Rhinox fall apart, or Pterosaur's head come off. And I mean, they were always falling apart and always getting put back together again. Which always, go to show it's hard to kill a Transformer. And then they killed off some characters. Anyway, but I love that old show. It's showing its age, but I really wish, even if they kept the audio tracks like it is, maybe beef up anyway. But this is half the deck. These are the action cards. And as you can see, we have 2 pop-up wheelies in case we want to play a Flame War. And we've got some focus fires, but we only have 2. We don't have 3. But I thought it was worth it, at least for the bold, for at least 2 focus fires in here. In Repair Bay, 2 medics, and 3 Sonic Scrambles. And you're going to see us, and yeah, this is not very strong, I will admit, but it was something to put together of leftover cards that I had, just to say, try to get my son involved and say, hey, if you want to play, we're not having to take ultra amount of time to make the ultimate deck with the ultimate characters. We just don't have that kind of time, So there's the action cards. And here's the armors. The upgrades. I just want to call every upgrade an armor. Boom, here's an armor. No. And yet these are only 20 upgrades. I thought I had one more attack drone, but we have 2 attack drones for this side. And who knows, I'm sure I got another attack drone somewhere that I could probably add in here, and maybe an extra card to make it an even 50, so the 50 cards on each side. Covert armor, we got our upgrade armors that are blue, armors that are orange, weapons that are orange, including our 1-star mounted missiles, our blue weapons, 2 drill arms and 2 dismantling claws, one pierce card for the HV electron breacher, 2 EM-24 laser thingies, 2 attack drones, which are the only white cards in the upgrades. White pip. Well, we got 3. Excuse me. I have. Oh gosh, my head and my nose and my snot. Oh gosh, snot is a problem. I hope you caught that Earthworm Jim reference. Point defense system, armor, and this is the only utility card I had, is erratic energy grenade. That's it. I thought I had more than this, but that is, this deck here, and I might, and since I took 2 star cards out of this because I found out there were 5 star cards in this deck, which was a no. I didn't know I had that many in here. So I took 2 out, left 3 to have a 22 star team. And so since I took 2 cards out, I may need to try to find another attack drone and maybe another utility upgrade card, so we have more than just the grenade. Um, so, and yeah, it's okay. It's not that strong, but you do have at least a double orange card. You got a amount of missiles. You can scrap armors. You got tough 2. You got covert armor for melee characters, reflect circuits for range characters. And like I said, this is for, and you got 2 Papa Wheelies in here in case you're playing a motorcycle. Decepticons only. This would be mainly a Decepticon deck. Wouldn't have to be, but it would work better with Decepticons. So that's that deck.